Are you looking for the best fitness trackers? In this video we will look at some of the 6 best fitness trackers on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description. So make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1. Amazfit Active 2. The Amazfit Active 2 is the best all-rounder on the block. Smartwatches are definitely getting more high-tech, but the Active 2 keeps the spirit of a humble fitness tracker, a good price, all the basic health features with a holistic tracking approach, and a comfy yet stylish design. At $99.99 for the standard version, and $129.99 for the premium version with a leather band, you get an incredible amount of bang for your buck. The hardware and design are surprisingly chic for the price. The standard version has a stainless steel case and tempered glass screen, while the premium version bumps you up to sapphire crystal and gets you an extra leather strap. The screen itself is nice and bright at 2000 nits and you get an estimated 10 days of regular use on a single charge. In testing, I got closer to 8 to 9 days as a power user. European users also get NFC payments. As far as health features go, you get all the basics like continuous heart rate monitoring, blood oxygen rate, heart rate variability, stress tracking, alerts for abnormally high and low heart rate, and skin temperature tracking. It's also got a daily readiness score and detailed sleep tracking if you're into recovery metrics. There's also a Oura AI chatbot if you ever want to get more in-depth insights into your recovery metrics. It costs an extra $77 yearly, but it's also totally optional. For workouts, it supports 160 different sport types, including Hyrox and a new strength training mode that automatically counts reps. The Active 2 also adds offline maps, turn-by-turn directions, the ability to connect to third-party peripherals, and Zepp Coach, an AI-powered coach that can generate custom training plans for you. Built-in GPS with 5 satellite systems is also included. I don't have a lot to complain about. My biggest gripes are the touchscreen is hard to use with sweaty fingers and the onboard AI assistant for voice commands sometimes requires you to enunciate. You do lack advanced health features, like EKGs or sleep apnea detection, but that's not really the point of something like the Active 2. This is meant to be a classic, basic fitness tracker that happens to look like a watch, and it does that with aplomb. Number 2. Oura Ring 4. The vast majority of fitness trackers are worn on the wrist, but the $349 Oura Ring isn't. The Smart Ring is a good option for people who are looking for something a little more discreet. It's also less distracting than some other wrist-based options, as it lacks a screen and doesn't mirror push notifications from your phone. The Oura Ring 4 isn't functionally that much different from the previous Gen 3. It's slimmer, features an all-titanium design, has improved battery life, and has an updated sensor algorithm that Oura says is more accurate. None of these software features are date-kept to the Ring 4, so Gen 3 owners shouldn't feel the need to upgrade unless their Ring no longer lasts more than 2 days on a single charge. That said, the 4th Gen Ring has an expanded size range spanning from 4 to 15. If you felt your Gen 3 was a bit snug or couldn't find a size that fit right, you may have a better option now. While smaller than your average wearable, the Oura Ring still tracks a ton of metrics, including heart rate variability, body temperature, blood oxygen, all-day heart rate monitoring, and cycle tracking. Since launching, the Oura Ring has also added activity tracking, blood oxygen levels, chronotypes to help visualize your circadian rhythms, a social feature called circles, improved stress tracking, and cardiovascular age and capacity metrics. More recently, it's added an AI chatbot, meal logging, and glucose tracking, though you'll have to purchase a $99 Dexcom Stelo CGM to take advantage of the latter. Its role. The Oura Ring tracks typical metrics, such as steps and calories burned, but its main focus is sleep and recovery. Each day, you're given 3 sets of scores for your readiness, sleep, and activity. It's a simple, holistic look at your overall wellness and an ideal pick if you want a more hands-off expiry. If you've got a Samsung Galaxy Watch, you may want to consider the $399.99 Galaxy Ring. It's a bit more expensive than the base Oura Ring, but it doesn't come with a subscription, and you get much better battery life when used with the Galaxy Watch. The hardware is also excellent, especially the charging case. That said, this is only an option for Android users, and even then, you don't unlock its full potential unless you've got other Samsung gear. I also recommend the $349 Ultrahuman Ring Air for folks who don't like the idea of Aura's monthly subscription. Number 3. Amazfit Band 7. It's truly hard to beat the Amazfit Band 7's $49.99 price, doubly so since you can often find it on sale for even less. Wearing the Band 7 feels like a throwback to 2014, which is great if all you're looking for is a simple and casual tracker that won't break the bank. No one is going to compliment you on the Band 7's design, but it's got a handful of cute watch faces that make good use of its OLED touchscreen. And despite having an OLED display, you'll still get roughly 14 days of battery life on a single charge. It's also incredibly lightweight, making it a good option for sleep tracking as well. You also get an absurd number of features for the price. That includes Amazon Alexa, continuous heart rate monitoring, blood oxygen monitoring, stress tracking, advanced sleep tracking, training metrics like VO2 max and load, abnormal heart rate alerts, menstrual tracking, push notifications, Find My Phone, a camera remote, and even a Pomodoro timer. You're sacrificing contactless payments and will have to settle for tethered GPS, but this is a fair trade-off considering everything else you're getting. It's not the best option for hardcore fitness tracking, but this is a great option if all you're looking to do is casually track activity and your steps. Amazfit's been making surprisingly good budget trackers for a while. That said, if you're a little wary of a lesser-known brand, the $159.95 Fitbit Charge 6 is a decent alternative. It's pricier, but you get a lot of what Amazfit is missing. That includes Google services like YouTube Music, Google Wallet, and Google Maps. Plus, it has built-in GPS and the ability to broadcast your heart rate with some Bluetooth-compatible gym equipment. Number 4. Apple Watch Series 10. If you're looking for a smartwatch that does fitness well, then iPhone owners need to look no further than the $399 Apple Watch Series 10. The LTE version costs $50 more. This is another iterative update, but the Series 10 is a much more comfortable watch than previous models. It's thinner and lighter, plus there's a larger display. If you've got a Series 5 or older, now is a good time to upgrade. watchOS 11, which was released in September 2024, included a suite of training features. There's Training Load, which gives you greater insight into how intensely you've been working out the past week compared to the last 28 days. There's also a Vitals app that flags when key metrics, like sleep duration or heart rate, may be out of whack. Plus, you can finally pause your rings for rest days. The software update also brought some savvy updates to the Smart Stack. For example, if you're in a noisy cafe wondering what song's playing, the Smart Stack can surface the Shazam widget. It also supports live activities, turning your wrist into a mini dynamic island. Health-wise, we also have FDA-cleared sleep apnea detection. Apple announced new fitness features that will be available in watchOS 26, out this fall, which the Series 10 and other recent models will support. To name some highlights coming, the Workout app has been redesigned with corner buttons that serve as shortcuts. There's also a new Apple Intelligence feature called Workout Buddy, which generates a persona to give you pep talks, insights, and advice based on your fitness data. Workout Buddy will only be available if you have an iPhone that's compatible with Apple Intelligence, iPhone 15 Pro or newer, nearby, and if you're wearing Bluetooth headphones. For more details about watchOS 26, you can read my overview of the first public beta. Of course, we also have to address the Apple Watch ban. As of January 18, 2024, new Apple Watches sold in the US have the blood oxygen feature disabled due to an ongoing patent battle with medical device maker Masimo. This isn't a huge deal for most people, as this feature isn't that useful for most people yet, and the sleep apnea feature exclusively uses the accelerometer rather than the blood oxygen sensor. You might want to consider a refurbished Series 7 or 8 if blood oxygen sensing is important to you, however. Number 5. Pixel Watch 3, 41mm, Bluetooth. With the Pixel Watch 3, Google is finally done playing catch-up. There are truly too many updates to call each one out individually, but overall, they fall into two buckets: refinement and expansion. The hardware is mostly the same as the Pixel Watch 2 in terms of design. However, we now have a brighter screen, smaller bezels, and a new 45mm size. The larger size is quite nice, especially if you prefer larger screens without sacrificing wearability. Battery life is also better. There's a new battery saver mode that kicks in when you hit 15%, and the new displays are also more power efficient. Plus, bedtime mode is automatic now, so that helps the watch last longer overnight for sleep tracking. It's only a modest improvement over the Pixel Watch 2, but it's dramatic compared to the original. Software is where the Pixel Watch 3 makes the most updates. There are a ton of new fitness and health features, including a new running dashboard, custom running workouts, and AI-generated workout suggestions. There's also a revamped daily readiness score and a new cardio load metric, which gauges how intensely you've been exercising. If you're located in the US or Europe, you can also take advantage of Google's new loss of pulse feature, which calls emergency services on your behalf if it detects you no longer have a pulse. The Pixel Watch 3 also better integrates with Google services and the Pixel ecosystem. You can now view your Nest doorbell or camera feed straight from the wrist, and it's quite handy if you get a lot of packages or guests. If you have Google TV, you can use the watch as a remote. Now that the watch has an ultra-wideband chip, it can also now unlock your Pixel phone. You can also use the Recorder app to capture audio and send it straight to your Pixel phone. That said, some of these features now mean the Pixel Watch works best with a Pixel phone. If you're looking for alternatives to Google and Samsung, the $329.99 OnePlus Watch 3 was released on July 8. We've gone hands-on with the smartwatch and are pleased that it finally has a rotating crown, larger brighter display, better battery life, and faster charging. It also introduces new health features, including a wrist temperature sensor and OnePlus 6Ds Health Check-in, which gives you a quick scan of your heart rate, blood oxygen levels, mental wellness, wrist temperature, sleep quality, and vascular age when you touch a side button. Number 6. Whoop MG. The Whoop MG isn't a huge departure from the Whoop 4.0, which I reviewed previously, but it's still the best choice for elite athletes. Its buckle still annoyed me, and bands from the previous generation are incompatible with this model. The Whoop will give you a credit for trading in your current bands. Its processor is 60% faster, but I didn't feel any difference in day-to-day use, save for faster data syncing with Whoop's app. I did notice the bump in battery life from 5 to 14 hours, Whoop's redesigned app, and a handful of new health and wellness features. A key part of the Whoop MG's appeal is the dense daily reports on your health and wellness accessible within its app. They verge on overwhelming, with an emphasis on how much activities have strained your body. The new Whoop Coach, an AI-powered chatbot, summarizes information about your sleep duration, activity, and heart rate to give you advice on hitting the fitness goals you selected during setup. Similarly, a feature called HealthSpan calculates your Whoop age based on 3 weeks' worth of sleep, exercise, steps, VO2 max, heart rate, and lean body mass data. It'll update your Whoop age weekly after its first assessment, but be mindful that it discounts factors like genetics, your environment, and lifestyle, which significantly impact the rate your body actually ages. The Whoop MG has an FDA-cleared EKG reader, and can send you notifications if it detects atrial fibrillation. It can also give you blood pressure insights, and is currently in beta. Whoop Advanced Labs is an upcoming service that will let you send in a blood test to unified information to give you even more health insights. If you like the distraction-free design of a smart ring, but want your wearable on your wrist instead of your finger, consider the Whoop MG.